Well, the goal to like reaching unbelievers, like the main way you're gonna draw them in is by how you live.
You can also just sacrifice like your social media to read the word.
It's so normalized.
It's like, oh, God's grace.
Welcome to the Wellspring Youth podcast, where the presence of God is not optional, it's everything. This is where a generation says yes to holiness, yes to revival, and yes to the call of God. We're not here to play church. We're here to encounter the living King, to burn with truth, and to carry the fire of the Holy Spirit into every part of our lives. So lean in, get ready, because heaven is invading the earth, and it's starting with you. This is the Wellspring Youth podcast.
Yeah. Alright, what was y'all's favorite kids show? Because we were just talking about that earlier. What's that smell?
I think you gotta go
It's on your shoe!
classic.
What?
SpongeBob.
I never watched SpongeBob, bro.
I didn't
watch SpongeBob. No, it was low-key, you were saying
That's insane.
Bunked.
I watched Liv and Maddie first, though. I watched Liv and Maddie, and then I watched Jesse.
Jesse
and
was
then
tough.
Jesse was tough.
Mine's probably Amazing World of Gumball.
That is tough. I'd probably have that.
I don't know if I ever finished it, but I did watch it, and I watched Adventure Time. Cartoon Network was tough.
It was very tough.
Alright. How has God been speaking to y'all lately? Or, like, is there anything specific that's, like, happened this week? Or anything you guys been going through? Or anything that God's been showing you lately?
I feel like God has taught me a bunch about patience. I think patience is super important, and to just, like...
Like, waiting on God's timing?
Yeah.
Like, obedience?
Exactly. Like, sometimes I want this blessing now, like, let's say, like, a relationship. Like, I want this now, but, like, if God says no, you have to obey it.
Yeah. And there's so much about obedience in the Bible.
There's-
Like, I've been reading in Samuel with Pastor Alec. We've been breaking down Samuel. I think we're in chapter 13 right now, and it was about, we got through, Israel wanted a king, but they didn't want to obey God. They just wanted a king. They wanted it right then. They wanted it right now. And God, we were talking about it. He was like, God sometimes is like, yeah, you can have what you want, but you're going to pretty much face the consequences.
Exactly.
I think something for me was like the fear of the Lord, especially being in Proverbs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like that verse, it's like the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom.
Bro,
It's a bar.
sometimes when I read verses, I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
God has aura. Nah, but like,
Hey.
actually, he's just like very like just.
He
like,
is.
Yeah. And then last Sunday, youth, Matt came up and prayed to me about the fear of the Lord and wisdom, and like just praying over discernment, stuff like that.
I think.
And that I feel like that something else is like we should be okay with like never being able to preach in front of people and still be okay with just following God. Like it's not about the spotlight, you know what I mean? That's something that we've been learning a lot.
Yeah.
I also took a note. I read today I was at Zappa before you got there. So what me and Alec usually do, we like read it by ourselves and then we'll go back and read it together. Anyway, what'd you just say? You said...
The fear of the Lord.
No, you said something else after that.
Wisdom. Discernment. That we should be good with.
Discipline.
You know what? I don't even
That's been
remember.
on my mind too. Discipline.
Oh yeah, that's so
Yeah.
important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It talks about that a bunch in Proverbs. I'm trying to find a verse real quick.
I feel like as Christians, and also how we were talking about with Coach Trey at Zappa, that the goal to reaching people, the goal to like reaching unbelievers, like the main way you're gonna draw them in is by how you live. Like there's so many people.
It's by your actions.
Yeah, there's so many people that are like they're religious. Like they talk about God. Like the Gentiles, they talk about God, but they don't live it out.
Yeah, but their heart is far from what their
Yeah,
mouth
and
is.
Galatians, I've read in Galatians the other day, that talks so much about the law. Like, if you're going to talk how you preach, it says, I got to flip to it,
The
but it
spirit
says,
of religion is...
it's
That's
crazy.
also in James where it talks about faith without good works is just dead faith.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. If you don't live out what you're speaking, then,
It's just no
like,
point.
yeah, I'm trying.
It's hypocritical also.
Yeah, you're a
Yeah.
hypocrite, literally. Again, it's Galatians 5:3. Again, I testify to every man who gets himself circumcised that he is obligated to do the entire law. You who are trying to be justified by the law are alienated from Christ. You have fallen from grace. That's crazy. I feel like Christians aren't really living a holy life like they should. Like, Christians are just, well, I say quote unquote Christians.
Yeah.
They're not following the gospel. You need to live out.
Kind of lukewarm.
Yeah, you need to live out what the Bible says. And we were talking about it today. We were reading in
Peter.
Peter, yeah.
And we didn't know what the topic was.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
we wanted a topic. And
We prayed.
and we came inside and we talked to Coach Trey.
Yeah.
And we were just talking about these circumstances, and then what was it, like a call to holiness? What was it?
A call to holy living, I think.
And we were just talking about that with Coach Trey, and then we looked down at the page and it says a call to holy
It's
living.
crazy.
That's
So
crazy.
And I
then
was
we were
literally-
like,
I was
that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're called to be different.
We're called to
We're
live
called-
holy,
exactly.
live righteous.
And by worldly standards, it's going to be weird, it's going to be different, but in God's
God.
eyes, it's great.
ecstasy.
You know what I mean?
It's the
James, I actually reread James today. It says in verse 22, "But be doers of the word and not hearers only, because you are deceiving yourself."
right.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, no, but there was a lot in First Peter about a holy life, and
That's crazy. I was going to read Peter today.
We're
Like, it was
called
on
we're
my
called to
mind.
be like Jesus, and it says in Peter it says be holy because I am holy, and it says set your hope completely on the grace to be brought to you at the revelation of Jesus Christ, and do not be conformed to the desires of your old ignorance.
it's just like Romans 12.
Yeah, don't be conformed.
Yeah.
And the way we silence the enemy is by doing good, like the way
And our love for Jesus.
the love is what draws unbelievers in.
Because it says love covers a multitude of sins.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's ultimately what God did on the cross, and we're
Exactly.
called to be.
That's the definition
Yeah, we're
of
called
love.
to be like Jesus.
Because a lot of these people think that love is like a feeling.
It's
not.
an action.
It's a choice.
It is a choice.
It can be
Choice of
action.
an action.
Yeah, because when I show kindness to Jimmy, he knows I love him.
Yeah.
But if I was to show him like hatred or just like turn my back, he would
It's a
probably,
choice of
that guy's
action.
like, you
Yeah.
don't, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
a choice.
Yeah.
Also action.
We need to, as Christians, grow in our fruit too.
Yeah.
Like we can't.
Yeah. Oh,
we
I think
can't operate in the gifts without the fruit.
I think
We
it
have
says in Galatians 5 it talks about the
fruits of the spirit.
Yeah, and it also talks about living it out daily.
And
Yeah.
when
I
your
believe.
love expands for Jesus,
Exactly.
your
I've been-
fruit,
I've
Patience,
also been
joy. It talks about patience and
love, patience.
Yeah.
The more you
joy,
love, the
kindness.
more you
I
will
don't,
be
I don't
like
want to quote all of them
Jesus.
because I don't even know all of them. I need to memorize them.
yeah.
But I've been reading this book that Alec gave me also about it's when King Saul was king and Samuel, and then David was a young boy and he got anointed to be king, and then after that it's King when he was King David, and there was someone else, I forgot his name, but I feel like we need to have the heart of David. Like it says in the book, it says that Saul literally threw spears at David, but David never retaliated. He had humility that we need to have. Like he obeyed and honored Saul even when he didn't want to. And Jesus, he washed the feet of sinners, and he didn't want to. And like David had every right to throw the spear back, just like Jesus had every right not to die on the cross. Because you know how many times we as Christians betray him? It's crazy.
So much.
His grace and his love
And
is so.
he still went on there knowing people that wouldn't even care.
knowing this would happen.
knowing that people would
he
blaspheme in his
washed
name.
Judas's feet.
Knowing
and
he was going
knew-
to get betrayed.
He
I know.
knew Judas was going to betray him.
That is crazy.
That's how we need to be
I
as
think the
Christians.
fear of the Lord and the fear of sin is just so bad now. Like back then, people would see like sin as death, but
Yeah.
now we're just like
Yeah,
it's
like,
so normalized.
It's like, oh, God's grace.
yeah.
Well,
I'll do
that's
it.
true.
Yeah, it
but,
is. I mean,
but
Yeah, it's
we
true.
shouldn't abuse
Abuse
it.
grace.
Exactly.
What is it? There's a verse in
There
the
is.
Bible
I'm
that
trying to
talks
think of
about
it.
abusing
I'm
grace.
not sure
I'm
exactly
trying to
where.
think.
And it's Hebrews. It's
Is it? It is Hebrews.
Hold up. If we continue to abuse the grace of God,
we
there's no
deliberate-
penalty left to be paid, right?
Yeah, it's 10:26. I remember it.
We need to constantly be trying to grow in our fruits and praying for the fruits of the Spirit. Because, like, you know, there's so many opportunities. Like you're in traffic, you're having a bad day, someone pulls out in front of you. Say you got a bumper sticker on the back, Jesus loves you, and they pull out in front of you, you're going honking, and you're throwing your middle finger up at him. You just
Exactly.
you just
You just
lost divine
misrepresented him.
intervention for bringing someone to Christ. That could be someone's eternity right there. That could be
Exactly.
Speaking on the roads,
Christians give unbelievers a bad taste in people's mouths.
is understanding a fruit?
Mm,
Like maturity, like, because I feel like
patience.
I've kind of
I'm
gained
good
a
at
little bit of
Galatians.
spiritual maturity
Oh yeah,
because
for sure.
I was driving Monday night and,
Oh, you told me about that.
and I
Yeah.
broke down my drive shaft, scraped across the road. I
That
pulled
is-
into Red Lobster, and these people were just staring at me. And usually I'd be like, "Why me? Why this?" But I was just like, "It's all God." Like,
At least you had a truck to break down on. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I'm blessed, but I wasn't like, "Why me?" I was just like, "It's gonna be okay. It's all God's plan." And yeah, I don't know. I just feel like spiritual maturity and spiritual understanding comes with the love for Jesus. As we're speaking of fruits,
Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. are the
Self-control
fruits
has
of
been huge for
That
me.
is
Sometimes at
massive.
work I get so frustrated.
oh, I do too.
Like
I,
it's something I gotta work on. Like I have
Yeah.
sometimes I feel like I got a bad temper.
Yeah, no, I work with this guy, and Lord have mercy, he
Pray for him.
he don't want to work, and sometimes I gotta tell him to do something, and he wants to say no. And it takes a lot in me to just okay, and just do it for him, I guess. Sacrifice, that's big.
Wait.
Christianity without sacrifice is demonic.
Oof, that is so good.
I forgot what book I just read. It talks about sacrifice a bunch. I think it was in Hebrews. Hold on. I think sacrifice is. It's not something that you. It's something you are gonna do. It's not something that.
I actually have some.
It's like fasting.
Well,
It says
we think
when
like-
you fast, not will you fast.
You can we think of sacrifice as something so big, but you can also just sacrifice your social media to
Yeah.
right.
read the word. You know what I mean? That's a small sacrifice. You can pray and just say, God, what do I need to give up? What do I need to sacrifice to
Mhm.
grow our relationship? And that's a sacrifice, even though it's not sacrificing animals back in the Old Testament. But
In 1 Samuel, it talks about King Saul that, I believe it was after the war, his son Jonathan, I believe, I'm not completely sure, but he was being obedient to God, and then Saul said something about you're not going to eat until something, but it says, I wrote, Saul's unlawful sacrifice means nothing without obedience. So he wanted to do it for his own look. He didn't want to obey the Lord. And then I looked up some cross references, and in Proverbs 21:3 it says, doing what is righteous and just is more acceptable to the Lord than a sacrifice.
and
That's exactly
I
what I
actually
was trying to find.
highlied the same verse.
Yeah, me too.
The same day.
I was.
Hours before.
Yeah, that actually-
Yeah, it's crazy. We
That's wild.
we started reading Proverbs the same day,
Yeah.
unknowingly.
And speaking of that, I think that being obedient is huge too.
Yeah,
I just recently
doing what is right and just is
Yeah.
Mhm.
more important than trying to sacrifice something.
exactly.
If you're trying to fast but you don't have the right heart or you don't have the fruits,
And if you're reading the word, but you're not trying to get anything out of it, or you're not
Yeah, and
changing from it, it's just pointless.
back to
Exactly.
earlier, if we're trying to read the word but we can't treat someone with kindness, we can't even
Exactly.
be nice to people, what are you doing?
Yeah.
It talks about that in prayer also. It says in James 4, verse 3, it says, you ask and don't receive because you ask with the wrong motives, so that you may spend it on your pleasures.
Yeah.
So when a bunch of people pray, they just, Lord, give me this, and they just don't have the right motives with it.
And I was reading Job 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I've heard the story,
Mhm.
and when I actually read it,
Job is good.
I was
he is obedient.
I was just
Yeah.
gonna,
He is like Satan was like, oh, I'm telling you, if you take this away from him, he's not going to be a follower anymore. He took everything.
That's how I want to be.
He didn't budge.
I want to be like David and I want to be like Job.
I was
wanna be,
just going to read Job.
I want to have.
Remember that? I was asking, should I read Job?
Dude,
Oh, the other day?
Yeah.
You mean Job?
took his house, his family, his wealth.
Took literally everything. and
Everything.
Yeah, he was still obedient.
He was still obedient to
I
God.
think, obedience is amazing. It's something that
And I think we need to ask
needed.
ourselves.
And obedience
like,
to the Lord is following what He says. It's
Exactly.
not. It's not trying to do our own thing.
Yeah, and
Nah,
we need to
I'm
ask
not
ourselves, if we take anything away, would we stop following God? Because
Some of us would say yes.
yeah,
until it
if
actually
we have a
happens.
yes,
There's going to be a day that comes that
Yeah.
we're not going to be able to buy or sell without the mark, and
Yeah.
that's when there's going to be true obedience.
talking about that.
It's crazy. End times are soon.
Yeah, we're
and
getting
we
there.
gotta be ready.
And that's
We have
why
to
we
be
gotta
obedient.
stress making disciples, because
Yeah.
when He comes, there's
There's going to be a lot that profess with their tongue that they were Christians. But the Lord's going to say, "Depart from me, I never knew you," because you didn't have a relationship with me.
exactly, they think they know, but they don't know. You know what I mean? Like, they know of Him, but they
Yeah.
don't know Him.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's a good word today, boys.
That is a good word.
great. Thank y'all. God bless. We out.
See you guys soon.